Alright, so here today we got a few things I wanted to jump into and sort of talk about. Pretty much we did pick up something pretty cool here, pretty funny, if anything. They pretty much, if you haven't seen it yet, had a certain character who was released as an SR, part of this collaboration, actually get listed as something else. So remember, it's that easy if Nikke ever wants to. It's the funniest thing is everyone was asking like, hey, in the future, instead of just making a useless SR, just make it SSR. The only reason they don't do that is because of the, obviously, MLB, cracking the 160 wall. They want to save that big reveal, that big drop during anniversaries, where they give you the MLB unit. I want to show this to you, and you might genuinely laugh at this. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. And then we also got the, I think, W for Nikke. They ended up doing very good last month. Take a look. Pretty much, though, let's start over here. This is pretty much your version maintenance notice, right? They did confirm a known issue, and just read this and, like, again, realize... You know, the funny thing, we have confirmed an issue where, yes, Clear Redfield spare body level is incorrectly displayed as SSR. Think about the irony. Everyone was asking, like, bro, you could have easily just made these units and start making these units just SSR and at least make them somewhat useful. Get like an A tier, B tier unit. It's okay. Don't make like a horrible, useless SR. Just make something good. Like SSR, yes, there are SRs that help you, but make an SSR, give it a free. People can crack the 160 wall. Like, the 160 wall is dead by this point, right? Most players get done with it. With all the freebies in the game, it's not a big thing. Just do it. You know what I mean? And it's funny they listed it as that. It is currently listed, if you see it in game, it is listed as an SSR. It is not an SR spare body, but Clear Redfield is an SR. The also biggest travesty in the world is Clear Redfield's an SR. Like, dude, she looks like an SSR. That's the other issue. It's like everyone makes the joke, Ada's not even the SSR. Jill is the SSR, definitely you can see her and see the SSR-ness to her. And then you look at Claire, she does feel SSR, but they add that little thing over here, and everyone in the comments was, dude, so there were truly 3 SSR units this collab. No way, keep it that way. Over here, make her SSR. She has her own game too, you know. Over here, another one, make it SSR. 14 likes. Over here, she should have been an SSR. And then an AI post. Great. So pretty much that's what it was. It's hilarious because they could easily just take care of that and everyone would be super happy. It'd be nice to have that as an SSR. It might be a hot take and you might disagree with that, but it's just funny that ended up happening where everyone was like, oh, Clear Redfield could have been a cool SSR. Yikes. Again, no one's asking for a paid SSR. No one's asking for that. But instead of just dropping these SRs, just do it for free. I really see no problem with that. And just make like, if it's that problem like the 160 wall, just make it exclusive where it doesn't, because it's, you know, abnormal, it can't be counted to the 160 wall. Do that then. At least you get an SSR, and it's kind of cool. It has everything associated. I don't know. Maybe you can sell an extra skin, huh? Shift up. That might, you know, tickle you. All right, maybe. Beyond that, it's monthly PvP. Yes, the revenue has come out over here for pretty much Nikke's last update, and obviously this one as well. This combines a collaboration alongside their big bunny debut. A lot is combined here, so realize this is still supposed to be a very high month because, again, you still had bunnies, which sold very well. You had the, whatever it is, you might complain about this. Rouge still sold well. That's the issue. Japan loved it. They got top grossing on Japan because of Rouge. That's the reason. The amount of posts, there was nobody hating on Rouge's thing there. Global and Korea, they hated on it. So I said this last time, players were like, no, that was definitely not Rouge that did it. Check all the Rouge posts from Japan. Not many were hating on it. Most were just happy and they liked it. So you know how many posts I had in my feed about buying Rouge? Yeah. So it's gonna be a pretty decent number. I already kind of saw it because it popped up this morning for me. But if you're looking at some other games that I cover or I play pretty much, Shadowverse had its drop. Didn't even know Hatsune's still there yet, cooking up. Dragon Ball Legends had a drop a bit. 79's Rebirth from Netmarble. Kaiju number 8, the game global, pretty much picked up 8 million. Zenless had a drop. Dokkan had a drop. Destiny Rising picked up. Right, players were scared it wouldn't do as good. 11 million, pretty freaking good. Over here, Goddess Victory Nikke still managing top 10, especially with not a major update. Still managing top 10 is pretty good. 18.45 million. 18.45 million is exactly what they picked up over here, which is still pretty good. You can't say anything. Without like anniversary, without like full-blown stuff, still pretty good. It does have a collaboration, that is true. But again, it's ReZero, so I'm not going to count that as an option as like a major thing. A lot of players have skipped this collab, dude. It's, for me, I've seen it. A lot of players skipped it. So again, what is this counted if you're asking? This is counting everything associated. So give me a second here. This is counting Aid Bunny, right? This is pretty much, yeah. This is counting Aid. So September 4th was Aid. There you go. You then had, after that, Milk. You then had Rouge Gacha skin. You had Base skin. You had Exia skin. All of that was there. You also had pre-Annie hype and pre-collab hype. That was the build up there too. So a lot of players were preparing and spending on things associated to build up for that. You also had a bit of the reruns occurring, right? You had those reruns there too. The selective recruitment was there for those that wanted to enjoy that. That was also available for you guys to sort of see. You then picked up now the collaboration. Ada dropped pretty much last week. So technically only Jill's not counting because Jill launched this month. So this is Ada, all of Bunnies, and D Kilowife attached to, because remember, monthly skin. What I would say is most of the money came from base skin because that sold holy hell a lot. D Kilowife I think sold still pretty well. Rouge Japan sold well, and Aid and Milk sold very well. They were very popular characters, and then Aid is attached. So that's what 18.45 million looks like. And it's also worth noting that I think China had the big update too. They had Stellar Blade, so some of that revenue is also China included. They had a pretty decent amount of Stellar Blade revenue, so that's there too. But selective recruitment, all that stuff, 18 million. The funniest thing is, if you did have like more crazier skins and more crazier collabs, you'd have a higher number. You have to realize, and I stand by this, Brown Dust was a game that was like horrific upon launch. It did not do that hot, and then it started to like fall off. They ended up still maintaining a pretty decent number, and like this was, again, I think this is a smaller month, but they have been hitting hard, bro. They have. And other games that have like come out of like Death, Snowbreak, and other games came out of Death that did like really good with fan service and such. A lot of people are saying like Nikke getting a bit tame out here, but I don't know. You have the K Gacha skin or the K Pass skin, definitely a choice from Shift Up. You have the skins for this collaboration, definitely a choice. People say like, oh, but you know, this collab can't do it. Then why pick the collab? That's the question. Why pick the collab if you can't do it? That's the end all. So I wonder in the future if they're gonna adjust that, but for now, they're still doing good. 18 million in the big 2025 is still a pretty solid number for them, especially with anniversary around the corner. Remember, October should be a very hefty month. It should be at least bare minimum 20 million. Because again, it's still collaboration. It's if there is another banner, it's then anniversary. It's everyone's preparing what? They're spending money on this collab. Not also just for the collab, but they're preparing all those bundles, clearing out everything that the collab bundles are to save and get ready for what anniversary has to offer. Because again, it is going to be a big one. A lot of players are very excited about what it is. So far, Global had their opinions in my comment section. A lot of them not happy of who they chose, but a lot of players do like them. So it's a big Annie around the corner. And if you're wondering, the money should be pretty solid. I'm guessing both those characters will sell very well, especially with those shooting poses. I didn't see, neither did you. We never saw no shooting poses, but those shooting poses are kind of crazy. So yeah, that's there. All right, take care, have fun, and yeah, I'm just curious if they do some really good gacha skins. I haven't bought a skin in a little bit now. it's been a while since I bought a skin, bro. So yeah, take care, have fun. My credit card is begging to be swiped here, I guess, for an upcoming skin. Take care, peace out, and that's been